So the long-awaited part yacht, part research vessel REV Ocean is back in the news, as the vessel will have to be extended before even being completed. So the project has been on hold for 2 years whilst the issues with the vessel have been discussed and argued amongst the owner and the shipyard, with a plan to resolve agreeing on a plan to how to resolve the issues. And the research vessel won't be delivered now until 2025. That's a total of 8 years since the start of the project. Assuming it is delivered in 2025, that's 5 years after the yacht was supposed to have originally been delivered, which was 2020. Now, after the bare hull was completed in the Vard shipyard facility in Romania, the massive 183-metre partly completed vessel was towed by seagoing tugs to Norway, where the rest of the build was supposed to be completed. However, it was then discovered that the vessel had been built with too much weight, and this would cause stability issues. Now, because of this, the project has been stalled for 2 years after arguments between Rogue, the man who ordered the vessel, and the shipyard ensued. The disagreement centered around the cause of the problems, obviously, who was the cause of this miscalculation. Now, REV Ocean apparently believes that the shipyard is mainly to blame for what has happened, according to sources. Now, we actually had quite a few people send us this story over the weekend, but in actual fact, we were the first ones to report on this story back in 2020 when the work was halted. However, the specific details were top secret at the time, as discussions were in progress. And we made a video in September 2020, which was episode 16 of Super Yacht News. This is episode 268 we're in right now. Now, in that episode, we discussed, without knowing any details, what might be happening. Here's a clip from that video. But the most likely reason to extend the vessel before completion is because of some flaw, most likely to do with stability. Lengthening a vessel will influence the natural period of rolling of the hull. The roll is a side-to-side movement generated by the waves moving across the vessel whilst underway. Short periods of roll are uncomfortable for passengers, so longer periods of roll give for a more comfortable vessel. So it could be that testing has proven this would be the case at the current length, and the decision was made to extend her. Another way to resolve this issue without lengthening would be to remove weight from the upper part of the superstructure. Now, this type of lengthening is not that uncommon on commercial ships, as you can see from this old footage of the cruise ship Norwegian Crown. It's one of my old ships actually, being lengthened in 2008 when the vessel was sold to Fred Olsen Cruises. Now, the prefabricated section is constructed, the vessel is then cut in half right down the middle, which sounds crazy, I know, and the new section is slotted in between, and then they weld the thing back up again. Now, in 2020, we said instead of extending the yacht, they could remove weight from the top of the vessel, but they've decided to do both of these things. Originally, we thought that the vessel would be extended by 20 meters. That's what we said in the video from 2 years ago, but instead they decided to increase the length by 12 meters and remove a deck. Now, to make things more complicated, the Italian-owned shipyard in Norway needs help from outside, as the company doesn't have a dry dock large enough to fit the already massive 183-metre hull. And this is before the 12 metres of extra new section is added. Now, they've already started to remove the top deck of the vessel, and that work is currently ongoing. Now, the cost of this conversion, I call it conversion, the cost of this extra work to get the vessel right is not known, nor who will foot the bill, but it will be no small amount. Now, the owner must be kind of wishing that he'd gone to another company like Lursen right now, because the cost and the delays probably mean it will be more expensive than it would have been to go to one of those initially probably more expensive shipyards, and it would have been delivered probably 3 years ago. Now, it looks like the vessel will be moved to the GMC yard in Stavanger, as they've got a dry dock there that can fit ships up to 280 meters in length. Now, what is REV Ocean? The idea behind REV Ocean was for the owner, as in his own words, to give back to the planet by using this vessel for research with state-of-the-art technology and scientific equipment, and marine scientists will be invited on board to do various experiments, and the vessel will collect plastics and stuff from the ocean as it sails around. However, part of the vessel will be finished to super yacht standards for the owner's use. Now, the vessel is often referred to by other media as the largest superyacht in the world once built. However, the vessel will not be registered as a superyacht. It will be registered as a research vessel, so it won't be classed as a yacht, certainly not by us anyway. Thanks very much for watching this video. You've been watching a Superyacht News clip. If you'd like to see the full unedited Superyacht News video, you can click on the link over here. You can also find our channel links below here. And if you'd like to see more shorter videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to this channel.